and welcome back to another video. So today's video we're going to be talking about UCAS, unis and apprenticeships. I'm currently a year 13 student who's studying media, art and photography. I like to go into media productions either in apprenticeship or in a uni. So I'm going to be talking to you guys all through what I did to get up to where I am with UCAS as well as apprenticeships. So I made a really late decision in, I think it was about October time, to decide to apply for uni. Obviously you can still till January, but for me it was super late. People already had their personal statements done over the summer and I just felt really late in. Luckily I did catch up and I'm all done now. But as I always say, better late than never. So always apply. Even if I've just applied, I don't really want to go to uni, but I've applied as a backup plan because I would really love to do an apprenticeship rather than go to uni. I just did some research and really kind of got an understanding of an apprenticeship versus a uni, and I really was swaying more towards an apprenticeship. I think it would be more beneficial for me as I do better in practical work rather than being in a uni, staying in a dorm and like learning, going to lectures and things like that. I don't think that's me too much. See, my course doesn't have that much of it, but it's still, I would rather be doing more practical and like going in a workplace and things like that rather than just in a studio in uni. So my decision, other people's decisions will be different to mine. The personal statements for me, I got done quite quickly. Luckily I had teachers' helps who really helped me. My tutor really played a big role in it, in helping me. Obviously I can't really apply for apprenticeships till next year 2022 because at the moment they're all like asking to start now, and obviously I want to finish A-levels. I do not want to do what I've gone through to then not even sit the exams. That would just be absolutely terrible and I would not want to put myself through that. And recently my grades are getting really good, so obviously I do not want to drop out when I'm starting to get really good at something. I applied for 5 universities. I had to pay £26 for it. Obviously, thank you UCAS, thank you so much for taking my money. But currently I've had 5 people write back to me. I've been accepted to 4, and one of them, they are deciding if I need to have an interview or send off my portfolio, so that's kind of what's going on. So I'm in contact with all 5 of them, but one of them hasn't made the decision yet. So what universities have I applied for? I'll try and say them in the order that I want to go to. So I've applied for UCA, University of the Creative Arts, University of Sussex, University of Brighton, East London University, and I think it's called like Nottingham Trent or something. I always say it wrong and my friends laugh at me because I say it wrong. That's the least one I want to go to. I just put it on there because I need the 5th one. The one I haven't been accepted to yet is University of Brighton. That's the only one I'm currently waiting for because they want to decide if I'm going to have an interview or not, or if I'm going to need to send my portfolio off. But looking at their website, it seems like my subject that I want to take do not need a portfolio or an interview. They gave us a list of what subjects mainly need an interview and what subjects mainly need a portfolio. Mine was nowhere near. The closest one was photography, but I'm not taking photography, I'm taking media productions. Not media studies, media productions. So they all accepted me at an conditional offer except University of Sussex. They wanted an ABB, but because of my target grades they're allowing a BBB. If I get those grades they will accept me. What for me is quite a really nice thing for them to do, you know. Most of my universities, they just want UCAS points, or it's absolutely fine. I would rather do the UCAS points than get the actual grades, because the UCAS points I can get an A and B and a C, and I can still get into my top university that I want to get into. But the university I want to go to is UCA. What was a really last decision as well. I sent off my application to my school and then they said, actually no, you should change this one to this one. So I did it. Obviously I did research in it beforehand and I actually discovered I kind of liked it, so I put it in. and now that is the one I want to go to. Sussex and Brighton was always the one I wanted to, and then finding this one that's kind of, it's like near London, a bit to the side, so I'd have to stay there, just because I don't want to be travelling further than London and back every day. That's just so long. The application process was long, obviously. My application got bounced back from my school for certain things I need to change. There were some things wrong with my personal statement, as well as the teacher just wants to talk to me. So by January time I should be making my decision on what university I would like to go to if I got into all of them. Obviously there might be one that I won't get into. Sussex is probably the only one that I most likely won't get into if I really don't get the grades, because they don't accept UCAS points, they literally want that grades. What might be my struggle is because I'm a bit lower in art than I am in the rest of my subjects. Like my media and my photography are so strong that my art is okay, obviously, but it's not doing as well as the others. Obviously, like I'm still passing it, I'm still doing well in it, but it's not as strong as my. But obviously I am really trying to get that grade up and moving it up a bit further. Obviously I would never ever expect myself to come out with an A or a B, I don't think, in art, sadly. I think my grade would be a C. I think in photography my grade's going to be a B, and I think in media it's going to be a B. Since mocks, my current grade, so I'm trying to think, my current grade I got back was for art, I got a C. For photography it was a B, and then my mock exam that I did, I got an A. So based off of that, if I turn them into UCAS points I would get into all of my universities, but obviously if I wanted to go to Sussex or whatever and use that, I would not be able to get in because I didn't get a BBB, instead I got an ABC. So now apprenticeships. I've been trying so hard to apply for apprenticeships, just searching. I did a UCAS day on Zoom where they talked about apprenticeships and where you can find them. They said to use the UCAS hub, but sadly my subject, they do not do it on there. They mainly only really do, like, if you want to work for doctors, if you want to do engineering and things like that, just like the common basic apprenticeships. They don't go into anything further than that. What's quite disappointing, because I would obviously like to see my subject on there because it would be easier researching for my apprenticeships, but instead I have to take a bit more time in finding them. I obviously use Unifrog to find them. I found a couple at the beginning of last year that I really wanted to do, but obviously I was in A-levels, so I couldn't start a university degree in it at A-levels when I didn't even have the grades. So obviously that was just unlucky, and they said now that COVID's hit, hopefully they were like, don't worry about it because apprenticeships are still going to be running. The government is paying people, paying like apprentices to do apprenticeships. They're encouraging it. So hopefully by January, February next year they will start putting out apprenticeships like I need. Obviously I'm using loads of different websites. I'm using Indeed, Unifrog, and I'm just going to keep looking at UCAS Hub in case they all of a sudden put my one on there. And I've just got to keep looking. It's literally like finding a job. You've just got to wait till that application, have your CV ready and everything like that. I've done a brand new CV, so obviously I had a CV to get my job I'm currently working at, and I've also created a new CV that incorporates my personal statement as well as my old CV, because obviously my experience that I've had in a workplace as well as my education and things like that really do need to merge, and focusing it more on media productions instead of my CV that I have now, which is just generally talking. So if I wanted to go into a food industry I could go there with this CV, but if I really want to get into the media industry I'll be able to go into it with this. So I did spend a lot of time doing that, and my school never told us to do anything like that, but I just felt like that was the best thing for me to do, and I think you guys should do too, is create a separate CV for yourself. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is my update on UCAS and apprenticeships. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.